Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, it's important to recognize our sponsor, OnPay. Without them, we couldn't be sharing these important stories. Today on Atlanta Business Radio, we have Dr. Buddy Crum and Don Wales with the Wealth Builders Summit. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Lee. Good to be on.
Well, before we get too far into things, tell us about the Wealth Builders Summit. How are you serving folks?
Well, the Wealth Builders Summit is a coming together of people who are looking for opportunities to grow a second income. Don and I have both been in the business world for many years now in ministry, but I've never left the business world or investment world, and was in the investment banking business for many years. So this is an opportunity for us to see people who want to grow and find multiple incomes. So we brought together many different diverse ways that people can do that. So we're looking forward to helping people find the direction they want to go based upon personality, aptitude, financial ability, and stretch, and from small to large.
So this would be open to people that have maybe just an idea or yearning to have a business, and also somebody that's a veteran business person that might have plateaued that's looking to get to a new level?
I think that's correct. We know that 70% of the population in the United States is looking for alternative incomes besides their work income. So they're confused as to which way to do it. So some of them obviously are experienced people, but some are just looking for the opportunity for where is the best place. For example, franchising, cryptocurrency, real estate, stock investments, Airbnb. All of these will be at this summit that's being held in October.
Now, there's a variety of summits out there and events out there that speak to this kind of entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur. What is going to make this summit a little different?
Yeah, Don, you can give them some insights into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, Lee, it's good to be with you today. Great question, because that's really a very accurate statement. There's a lot of these, and when doing this, we ask the question, what's going to make this different or unique, so that we're not just duplicating or doing something that's already being done. And the real answer that we came to is based on the relationships and the people that we're having in. These are people who are not just considered experts, but really more than anything, Lee, they're doing it. Real life, real world experience. They've done this. And then step 2 is they're very excited, and they all share a passion to help other people do this. So it's a very practical how-to conference at every level for the person that's just looking to get in, whether it's a franchise opportunity or some type of entrepreneur, or they want to know more about investing and different places to invest. As Dr. Crum mentioned, there's crypto. We're going to talk about behavioral economics, but the real separation here, we believe, is these are people who want to help other people do it. I said it when I went to college, the greatest professors were not the ones when I left the classroom that I said they know their stuff. The greatest ones were the ones that I said I know their stuff. And that's what we're looking to do here, is really empower people to be able to apply some of these things and walk away with some how-to principles.
Now, is the summit in person, or is this a virtual summit?
Good question. Thank you, Lee. It is both. It will be in person, like I say, at the Forsyth Conference Center, but it'll also be people be able to go virtual that want to see it that way.
Now, what was the genesis of the idea? Like, what was the kind of initial thinking when it said, okay, we want to share this information and a summit is the way to do that? Like, were you exploring other ways to share this type of knowledge?
Well, thank you. We have other workshops going on, and we have a continuum of working with entrepreneurs and small business owners under our sponsoring Marketplace Alliance group, but that's what they do on a consistent basis. But to reach out beyond our own core group, our church and churches that are related to us, we wanted to get a larger scope and allow people from other venues and other places to come. And it's not church-based. It is from our experience. Now, let me quickly say that Don and I both spent many years. I was in the investment banking business, and he was in the wealth business and had over $2 billion under management, worked with people. And we did over $1 billion a year of placing capital. So we saw a lot of prosperity in our background. But we both want to see people prosper. We want people to accumulate and build wealth, and especially people that have a desire to do something positive with it.
Now, is this something unusual that a ministry would be kind of involved in an event like this, or is that something that is becoming more and more the place for this type of activity to occur?
Well, marketplace ministry has been in effect for a number of years. It is not generally where you see these kinds of sponsorship. So that is one reason we're holding it at the conference center in Cumming rather than at the church, because we don't want people to feel that they're coming to church. We want them to feel like they're coming and meeting with experienced, successful business entrepreneurs. And quickly, let me inject, Don did such a beautiful job of explaining why it's unique, but all of these people are not only successful, but they began small and grew their business to be quite sizable and profitable. So we say that to encourage people that say, well, those are all experts. No, they're real people who've done it the hard way, but have all been successful.
Now, is there any advice you could give the listener right now that maybe they can or can't attend the summit, but they're interested in business? Is there some kind of low-hanging fruit that you have learned that can help them get started and maybe move their concept out of their head and into kind of the real world?
Don, you want to respond to that, please?
I would absolutely love to. One of the things that we tell people, Lee, all the time is investing, while it can be very complicated, it can be very difficult. One of the things that we tell people is if you just start investing, find something, whether it's a mutual fund, it's not as important what you invest in initially as that you get invested. And so we encourage them, start having a conversation, talk to somebody, start investing. It's a great way to build wealth. It's one way. There's many, but that's an easy way. And we sometimes call it low-hanging fruit because anybody can take $25 and put it to work and watch it grow. And of course, there's ups and downs. But one of the things we do encourage people is start investing, start thinking like an investor today, because it will change your life.
Don, you might tell him a little bit about Help Me Invest.
Yeah, that is, Lee, one of the things that we've done to help people is create a website called helpmeinvest.com, where we take 30-minute Zoom meetings and help people. There's no fee. We're not selling anything. There's no agenda other than just trying to help people start investing. And so we've started that website as a way to give back, to help, to get people, and really to try to move the intimidation away from this particular industry, because there's so much intimidation in investing. It's overwhelming. People don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. So we're trying to remove that and just get them investing, because like anything, we grow in it, but you've got to start to be able to do that. So helpmeinvest.com is something that we've put in place. People can go make an appointment. Again, we're not selling anything. There's no fees. We're just trying to literally serve them and help them to start investing.
Now, do you find that in today's world, especially, that it's almost impossible to create any amount of wealth without multiple revenue streams, that you have to have a variety of revenue coming in from a variety of places? You can't rely on just your job anymore.
Don, you work with that a little more than me. You go ahead.
Well, you're absolutely right. 100%, Lee. That is the challenge we run into. And obviously, we're dealing with right now in this particular economy a very high inflation. And so that obviously erodes wealth very quickly.
So your recommendation is to have
goods are higher, people are paying more, and they're not seeing the salary increase to be commensurate with that. Go ahead.
So you're not seeing that.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of explore other areas, and like you said, there are so many areas now because of technology. There's so many ways to have, whether you call it a side hustle or additional revenue streams, or there's a lot of ways that you can be generating income from a variety of places if you know about them.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And that's a lot of what we're doing at the Wealth Summit. The Wealth Building Summit is designed to help people identify some of those. I mean, obviously, we didn't have Uber several years ago or Airbnb, and these are things that sometimes, as a result of the internet technology, software, that we're finding there's a lot more places people can get involved and begin to build a second and third and fourth income and streams of income. And that's what we want them to understand. We think if we can show them that, some practical ways, and they can get involved and begin to build their wealth in that regard.
So now what are the kind of dates and times of the event, and how much is it to attend?
Yeah, it's October 5th and 6th, and there is a website. It's called the WBSorg.org. The WBS.org, and it has the different levels of participation. We have VIP, and then that starts at $169. Then we have VIP virtual, and then down to people who are obviously the lowest tuition, if you want to call it that, or registration is virtual non-VIP. So it explains on that website where they can register and how they can register, and there's a lot of benefits to coming to this if a person can, such as being able to talk to these people at a more informal way. And so that gives you a little idea. The Wealth Builders Conference on October 5th and 6th. It's a Wednesday, Thursday.
And this is a situation where there's going to be obviously a lot of education from a lot of smart people, but is there also you mentioned there's even an opportunity to interact with some of these experts, but is there going to be an opportunity for these entrepreneurs to interact amongst themselves and network and kind of meet other kind of like-minded people as well?
Good point. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. That's part of it, is to make connections and make in a network with other people that are also doing the same. And that is part of the agenda, to provide time for that and direct people towards that. And, and as Don has said, there are people that have passive investments, and then those who want to be more actively involved. So there'll be opportunities for people that say, well, I just have to start small, but I do want to build something slowly. And, the side hustle sometimes, and it has in some occasions, developed into a full-time job, so to speak. But that would be open to all, and they can interact with others and find a lot of practical knowledge, and it's going to be very practical.
And one more time, the website for those who are interested in learning more about this summit?
The WBS, wealthbuildersummit.org, the WBS.org.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your story today. You're doing such important work, and we appreciate you.
We appreciate you putting the word out for us, because we really want people to have the opportunity to learn and grow. So thank you so much, Ted.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Lee. Thank you.
You got it. All right, this is Lee Cantor. We'll see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.
Today's episode of Atlanta Business Radio is brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com.